Alright, so hello and welcome to the second episode of a podcast remastered. My name is JS90. I'm here with my co-host Z's Twitching. Say hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
And we also have a guest this time, JD, also known as Jayaotic. There you go.
How's it going, everyone?
There we go. Okay. I want to start with something I forgot to talk about in the first episode, which is about the name of this podcast. So the very first experimental thing we did was called Get Wrecked Podcast because I just couldn't think of any other name, and I was just like, I say Get Wrecked a lot because I used to play on Uncharted 4 all the time. Used to say that a lot, so I was like, let's call it Get Wrecked because I couldn't think of anything. But this is called a podcast remastered. Z's Twitching came up with this name, and it's very fitting because this guy is obsessed with playing remastered games.
Well, that's why.
This guy can't let go of these remasters. Like, if there's a game that comes out, right, he's not gonna play it until the remastered version comes out, like probably like 5 years from now or something. That's what this guy does. I mean that's
one way to do it.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
But which is exaggerated at the same time.
But okay, whatever you say. But anyways, I just thought like it sounded like a good name. Like it had a nice ring to it. So I was like, let's go for it. Hey, and what's up, Lizmar? What's up, FaZe? How are you guys doing? So yeah, that's the story of the name of the podcast, pretty much. This guy's obsessed with remasters. Okay, so as usual, shut up. As usual, we're gonna start with what games we've currently been playing. I'll let you guys go first. Z, go for it. What have you been playing?
Just like in the last podcast, and actually what I'm doing right now, I'm just playing Horizon, just doing cleanup for trophies and stuff, almost at the platinum. And this is a really good weekend for betas. But the beta that I've been playing was Metal Gear Survive, which I've been actually enjoying. And yeah, that's just about it for me.
Oh man, no remasters?
Shadow of the Colossus comes out.
Okay, you're waiting. Yeah. You're waiting on that. Okay. All right. Jay, what have you been playing? If you've been playing anything.
I haven't been gaming much, but I did pick up. Actually, I've been playing a remaster. I picked up Dead Island remaster on the holiday sale, just to hold me off until a game comes out. But I'll save that for upcoming games.
Okay. And for myself, I've been playing Mass Effect Andromeda. I got it recently. I played I think the first couple of missions of the story, and then I've been playing a lot of the multiplayer with AJ and Amanda, which is a lot of fun. It's arena-based co-op multiplayer. Been having some fun with that. I've been playing that and. Been playing some Destiny 2 recently. The faction rally came back this week, so I decided to get on and play some of that. And also GTA 5 PC version. I did a stream of that a little earlier with Chip, the Australian guy. That's the only identity he has. There's nothing else special about him. The Australian guy. But yeah, I mean that's what I've been playing, and since you mentioned about it's a good week for betas, dude. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
Dude, that beta just didn't work at all. Like I tried it I tried it 3 separate days, and I couldn't get into anything. I couldn't get into a match or anything like that. Okay, first off, there was it took a while just to get into the game, right? And then once you get into the lobby, it wouldn't even find a match when you go into matchmaking. So it's yeah. I played it, and I never actually got to play it. So. I tried it 3 separate days. Didn't work. Yeah. Played it but didn't play it.
Yeah. But
Other
if I may add to that,
yeah.
when Metal Gear Survive beta started yesterday, like it started in I think in America, or sorry, in Europe, like on Thursday night. But then
Mm-hmm.
like the servers were activated in North America like Friday. And when I came home yesterday to play it, I was playing one round, and then I completed like a mission, and then the servers just like shut down like for an hour, like they didn't work,
Oh
and it
wow.
just came back up again. So I wouldn't be surprised if like even with what you experienced with the Dragon
Mm.
Ball beta, like it's just beta issues, just usual beta stuff.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they get all that sorted out for the release because I think it's releasing in like a week from now or something, right? And
Yeah.
Really?
yeah, it
Wow.
is. It's releasing pretty soon, and there's quite a lot of hype around it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I was interested in looking into it, but I couldn't play the beta, so it's hard
Yeah.
for me to judge if I haven't gone to try it. You know,
Yeah.
whether I want to buy the game or not. Um, Also, isn't there a beta from Monster Hunter?
Yeah. There's that
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
Monster
Yeah. Yeah.
Hunter.
When is it? Today?
Um, I don't know if it's today, but sometime around this week.
Is it
Yeah.
this week? I don't know. Something like yeah. I heard quite a bit about that game. I haven't tried it yet, so I've been interested in looking into it. But yeah. So that's what we've been playing, and you know, JD mentioned he hasn't been gaming too much. So that goes right into our first topic, which is going to be gaming fatigue. And that's why I thought he'd make a really good guest for this podcast, because we could hear his opinion on it from, you know, like why he feels like, you know, he doesn't really feel up to gaming these days and stuff, what can get him out of it and all that stuff. So, yeah, you want to say a bit about that, Jay?
Um, I think I think everybody at one point has experienced that, no?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like a little bit where they just don't feel like playing anything at all, or you get
Mm-hmm.
on and then you're like, I kind of changed my mind. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all the games I currently have, I just they just feel stale to me. Where I don't like even if I turned it on to play, I'll play like 1 or 2 matches and then just get
Mm-hmm.
off the game.
Hmm.
You see, like for me,
So
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, see, for me, the times that I've experienced any sort of gaming fatigue is like it'll last for like a week max. Like after that, like I'll
Yeah.
kind of want to get back into playing again and stuff. I feel like I just need like a bit of a break from it, or if it's like maybe I need a break from a specific game
Right.
that I've been playing like
yeah.
every day, and then like I'm just tired of it, I want to play something else. Or you know, if I'm just tired of gaming altogether, then usually like I'll, you know, watch like movies or TV shows or something like that. Just watch like Netflix for a week, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm okay to play again, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's never been like, you know, like very very long term, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know, Z,
Yeah.
how's it been for you?
Like, I'm just thinking of specifically when this happened to me. But yeah, like there has been a time where like I just took like a hiatus from gaming. Like I would play, but like not as much as I would. But I guess in recent memory as well, like I don't want to brag, but I just recently the last well, one of the recent platinums, 3 platinums I got was all 3 Crash games, and that was a grind, man. Because like the way that, of course, Crash was designed was that because it's like an old school kind of game where it's like the game,
Yeah.
the way that the game played was like each level has a pattern and a rhythm to it that you gotta like master down. And it's just a matter of trial and error, right? Like if you keep dying, but you gotta like figure out, okay, why is it that you keep dying, and just basically work
Yeah.
past that. And there's like the notorious bridge levels, which were quite a joy trying to
I
get
thought you were
through.
gonna mention the time trials for the trophies.
Oh, that too. Like anything related to Crash, like especially getting all the trophies, like everything and anything and everything. Like it was such a grind. It was a monotonous process, and it came to a point where like I would just play so much of it, and I would, because it's very rare for me to get exhausted from playing a game. You know what I mean? Like it's understandable as we're talking about to be exhausted from playing in general, but it never makes sense to be exhausted from a specific game, and that's what I felt about Crash. And then once I got like completed them all, I just took it out of my PS4, deleted it, and now it's
collecting dust.
yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on how long you've been playing the game. Like I think it's I feel like it's not gonna happen to you with a single player game because those don't last that long, right? It's more for if you're playing a multiplayer game for months and months and months on end.
Yes.
That's when I feel like you're kind of gonna feel that way because yeah, I mean it's just and especially if it's like a game that if there hasn't been many updates or anything new to kind of mix it up to bring you back.
Right.
And Sam, yeah, we're gonna talk about upcoming games a bit later. But yeah, how's it going, man? So yeah, so that's the thing. It's like I felt that way more for pretty much like multiplayer games and stuff like that. Like Uncharted. It happened to me with both Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 4. Like Uncharted 3, I think it was 2014 probably. Around 2014 I was like yeah, I felt like just really bored of playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was after that there was like no more updates for it, right? Because the last update that it got was when they added dry docks and all that stuff. That was like late 2013, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so with like no more updates for it and stuff, I was like I just got like kind of tired of it. And pretty much at that point I was playing Last of Us multiplayer way more. So it was like because they were like drastically different the way they felt as well, right? So it's like I didn't really feel like going back to I suppose that style of play with Uncharted 3. And with Uncharted 4 multiplayer, it was pretty much, I think, like around probably like last April or something, because that's around the time I stopped like regularly streaming it and stuff too, because there's no more updates, bad communication from them, and you know all the stuff I ranted about the last episode. All that stuff kind of just drove me away from it, and. But like on the other hand, I've had games where I've never gotten sick of them. GTA Online, I've played that nonstop for 4 years, and I've never gotten tired of it. I've never gotten bored of it, feeling like I need a break from it and stuff.
That's how I felt about Uncharted 3.
Yeah, like some games, like they just keep your attention like that. If I wanted a break from GTA, it was like for like a few days, and that was it, right? Like afterwards, I could keep coming back to it, and that's because they've continuously been updating it. There's always so many things to do, right? And that sort of thing. And hello Ark, how's it going? Yeah, I mean, like, see, it's like you get like those kinds of games too, like every once in a while, like a game that just keeps you hooked no matter what. You can keep playing it regardless. But so like since you mentioned you haven't really been feeling like gaming in general a lot too, like what do you think would kind of bring you back to it? Would it be like a new game or
Yeah, kind of just like multiplayer games is like what I was getting sick of, like competitive multiplayer games. I was kind of just waiting for like I had this craving of playing like co-op games for some reason. But ever around, so.
Your mic kind of broke up, but I'm assuming you said co-op adventure games.
Yeah, co-op adventure.
Okay. That's with the what's that called? Dead Island, the thing you've been playing.
Yeah, it's the remaster of the PS3 one, but I was just getting that to hold me off until like new games came along.
Oh, dude, now this guy's gonna go get it. Z's gonna go. It's a remaster.
Well,
He's gonna jump on that immediately. Oh man. Um, but yeah. See, when it comes to gaming fatigue, I feel like a lot of people do experience it, and recently I've kind of noticed like a lot of people just kind of like all at the same time. Like a lot of the people I know, they kind of just they just didn't feel like it. This is not just with gaming, but with people that used to like stream on Twitch and everything. Like everyone wanted a break at the same time and all as well. So it's like yeah, it happens, but I feel like for a lot of us, right? Like I don't think we'll ever like permanently feel like sick of gaming. It's always like you just need something a little different, I guess,
Yeah.
to kind of mix it up.
Right.
Um, but yeah. So as far as gaming fatigue, anything else you guys wanna say on that?
Mm, not really.
Not really.
I mean, yeah, like just to go into more depth, I guess, on my end, like
Yeah, go for
another
it.
game that I felt like was just kind of really tiring to play, and this is another single player game, was Shadow of War. Like the first one, Shadow of Mordor, was such a great game, but Shadow of War, like because they implemented the loot box system in that game, like the progression in that game just feels more of a grind, which is really unfortunate. Because the game has a lot of potential, especially with like its nemesis system, which is really awesome. But the fact that they incorporated the loot box system was a huge turnoff, and I couldn't wait until I could just like finish the game, because there's only so much you can do to progress your level, and all you do is just kill orcs. I mean, to an extent, like it's fun, but it gets boring real quick.
Hmm.
But like with me and
Monotonous.
sorry.
It could get pretty monotonous, right? Like if you keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and the game even also has other like opportunities to attain XP. Like there's collectibles you can get. You can do these flashback missions. There's you could do like pit fight missions with your orc army. Like there's all these like variety of ways you can earn XP, but the only really real way to earn XP is just killing orcs, which is just a waste of development and whatnot. But the last multiplayer game that I felt that way, where it's like I played so much of it to the point where it just got really exhausting. Um, Probably, I mean, in a sense, Uncharted 4, but not necessarily more if it was exhausting. I just didn't find it as enjoyable. Well, actually, you know what? I guess it falls under the same tree, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on how much you've played it as well, because I think like me and JD, we put like a lot of hours into Uncharted 4 multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean, you guys
Um,
are max level too.
yeah, I mean, we got like max level like what, like 6 7 months ago, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, because we put a lot of hours into that, so it's
Mm-hmm.
like the effect of the fatigue is like amplified when you
Yep.
yeah, once you put that many more hours into it. And Ark mentioned on the topic of this, I played Uncharted 3 for like 3 years and didn't get bored of it, and then after getting my PS4, I kind of just quit it. Yeah, see, that can happen too if like something else comes along and your attention kind of gets diverted to that, then you're just not gonna feel like playing, what you were playing before. So that can
Yeah.
happen too. I mean, that's kind of my case with Uncharted 3 as well. Like, I think pretty much because I was really into Last of Us multiplayer, it kind of just
Mhm.
took my attention away from it. But actually, Last of Us and GTA Online as well, both of those together. Okay, so with that being said, okay, let's let's talk about Nintendo. Nintendo Labo. So, if you guys didn't know, right? Nintendo wants to sell you cardboard. That's 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 what they want you to do. They want you to pay $80 for cardboard. Like, oh man, like Z, do you know what this is all about?
No, but I have a feeling this whole cardboard like system or mechanism, like does it like work with VR by any chance?
No, not with VR, but it's
Use
a
motion controls.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, it's with motion controls. So basically, the thing is, they're giving you some cardboard with a Nintendo logo on it, and there's like cutouts that you take that you cut out, and then you can make various like objects. Like you can make like a foot pedal with you can make like a piano and all this other stuff. You can make like I guess like a robot suit that you would wear, and and you would use you're basically using the Switch, right, with the motion controls, and it's like so it's like when you buy it, you get the cardboard, and then you get what they're calling a game, but I don't really think it's gonna be like a proper game. It's probably like one of those like those tech demo things, those types of things. Like it'll have like a lot of like mini games and like mini tech demos and stuff like that you can do with that. But it's just like what's ridiculous is they're charging you that much money for it. Like,
sorry, how much does it cost?
$80 for cardboard. I'm not joking. This is legitimate.
Wow.
Like, see, I mean that's kind of the thing though. Like, cause Nintendo, right? Like Nintendo always at heart has been a toy company, right? Because if you notice, like, yeah, I mean, like that's what they originally started off with, right? And that's kind of what they've been trying to push as well. Because think about like what was like what like during the Wii U, during the Wii U's era, right? I felt like they were pushing the amiibos more than they were pushing games. You know what I mean?
They really were, dude.
Yeah. So it's like they were pushing these toys, right, rather than the games. And I feel like they kind of want to do the same thing now with this cardboard garbage. Like I mean that's what it seems like, right? And the thing is, right?
The idea is good, but there's just like really no good way about going about it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like more than anything, it's the price. Like if you you can charge like $25 for this, and I think that's reasonable, right? For like for that, right? Like I feel like more people will be forgiving of it. And yeah, I'm not lying, Ark. It's $80 for cardboard, but like that's not a joke. Like look that up, right? See, what's crazy is, right, there's a lot of people like showing excitement over this, and I'm like, what the hell?
Cardboard hype.
Like, I just don't know. It's like, okay, the thing is, right, people are saying that this is something that's aimed at kids, right? But I mean, I don't know, man. Like I know like some kids would enjoy this, but I feel like there's probably better things. Like the thing is, if you want your kids to like have like like do like hands-on stuff and explore with their creativity, I feel like Legos is way better than freaking cardboard. Right?
Yeah.
Like you have like all these like cool like Lego kits and stuff like that. Like they have like Lego robotics and all that kind of stuff. I feel like that's something that I would want my kid to get into rather than this freaking $80 cardboard. Like you could buy a proper robotics kit for like under $100 for your kids and stuff like that, right? So yeah, it's just I feel like the problem with this, right, is that the thing is like when other companies, they see this kind of success, right? It's like Sony's going to be like, oh, they don't want games. They just want cardboard. And then they're going to try to push some dumb shit. Like, because like, when the Wii came out, right, with the motion controls and stuff, PlayStation brought out PlayStation Move, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because like they thought, like they were trying to push the gaming industry to that direction. And then like, we got out of that, right? And then now there's like VR. And then now we have this cardboard crap.
Have Sony cardboard soon enough, dude.
Sony cardboard, man. But like in addition to what's it called? Sorry, hold on. I lost my train of thought.
Talking about next gen cardboard.
Next gen cardboard.
Yeah, dude.
God damn it. What was I saying?
No, but you were saying how like because other companies are gonna see this, if this possibly will be a success, other companies will see this and they're gonna like start selling it and then pushing it on their consumers.
Yeah. So it's like yeah, I mean it's like because like we saw that in the past, like I mentioned with Wii with the motion controls. They brought in PlayStation Move and all that stuff, right? So who knows what Sony and Microsoft are going to do if this cardboard crap is a success. Like, I feel like in those cases like that, right? Like I don't want any company to fail, but I feel like for the good of the industry, some things should fail so that people know that it's not like okay to do it, right? Like I feel like we talked a bit about like microtransactions the last episode, right? And when it comes to when it comes to like games that just so aggressively push microtransactions, I want those games to fail, like be a financial failure for the company and stuff, so that it kind of sends a message saying that, look, we don't like this, right? It shouldn't be like that, right? Because if these things become a success, then other developers and companies think that, okay, that's what we should do as well, right? Is that type of thing. That's kind of just how the business and the industry works, right? So yeah, cardboard, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say about cardboard.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I mean, there's people like that are actually excited for this, and I don't know what to say. It's because another thing is, right, Nintendo has been on, like, have been having like a lot of successes recently with the Switch, right? Like the Wii U was like pretty much like a failure, like in terms of like sales and things like that. It was like far behind everything else, right? And they didn't have any they didn't have any like good games or anything for a long time. And like I think Zelda Breath of the Wild, right? Wasn't that supposed to originally be a Wii U game? And then it was pushed to Switch.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I heard that too.
That's what I heard. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Cause did any Zelda game come out on Wii U? Any new Zelda game, like not a remaster? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, so I think it was originally supposed to be for Wii U, and then I think it got delayed, and then they pushed it onto the Switch.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like that's the thing. Switch has had a lot of success recently, and all, right, and it's like like, because before I feel like people weren't like, I mean, like Sony and Microsoft didn't really care what Nintendo was doing, because they were doing really badly before, right? But then now, like, you're seeing a lot of success. Like I think in like in like a couple of months for like the monthly sales and stuff, like it's always been, PS4 has always been number one, but I think like in the recent couple of months or something, Switch went ahead of it in terms of sales, right? So it's like Microsoft and Sony they probably might be paying more attention to Nintendo, and Nintendo's trying to push cardboard on us. So so to anyone watching this, don't go buy the Nintendo Labo. Let that crap fail. We don't want that.
That's a cardboard.
Yeah, we don't want no cardboard. One sec. Okay. So that's Nintendo. Anything else to say on Nintendo?
I just wish that oh, sorry, did you want to add something, JD?
Not really. I was gonna say that they always try to come up with like great ideas, which is good in a way, but they don't execute them properly.
Yeah, like they kind of do them like pretty much like halfway. And like it's just, yeah, I mean, it's just like what you said. But yeah, go ahead. I'll say something afterwards.
I was just gonna say, like, I wish that because the reason why you even, I mean, the best or main reason why you would, like, choose to play on different consoles is because of the exclusivity that the console provides, right? With that being said, I just wish that Nintendo would stop rehashing the same franchises. But with that being said, like, it's not like that's not what the people want, because people love Mario, people love Zelda, people love Animal Crossing and Metroid and all these, like, and Star Fox and any other Nintendo related franchise you could think of. And you know what, as long as people are happy and they don't really ask for much, but I would like to see Nintendo bring something new to the table.
Yeah, I mean that's see, like for me, right? Like I'm not really interested in Mario anymore. Like I feel like I've had enough of Mario. Like
The thing is, though, the fans are the ones asking for the old
yeah.
franchises, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wow.
Like that's the thing, right? Like if see, like one of my favorite franchises that's like really underutilized is Metroid. Like I love the Metroid games, man. Metroid Prime on GameCube I think is the best GameCube game. Like it was amazing. Like I mean it's like, you know, probably like it's very close, like it's probably close between Metroid Prime and Smash Melee on GameCube. I think those are probably like my two favorite games.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I feel like they don't really do enough with Metroid, and like Metroid is like one of their franchises that I feel like can attract like a lot more like, you know, like mature gamers and stuff like that, right? Whereas like Mario and stuff like that is like, you know, it's aimed at more towards like kids, right?
Yes.
Like they make it more for kids. Like, you know, some adults like it too, which is fine, but it's like you know, they can get a wider audience if they use some of these other franchises that they own, right? Because a lot of people, I think, in the past, right, like Metroid Prime was like a lot of people compared it to like Halo, right? And this is like Halo in its prime on like, you know, the original Xbox and stuff, right? So I mean, you know, like they have the potential, they have these franchises. It's just they just don't use them enough. Like. Did either of you guys play Star Fox 64?
Yes.
That was a great game, man.
Like, fantastic game.
I don't think there's like, has there been a Star Fox of that quality since then?
No.
I think there's only been like 2 Star Fox games since then, right?
Wow.
Something like that. I'm not even sure.
Holy crap! No, wait. I think there's a few. I know there's one on the GameCube which didn't do so well. There's a couple on the GameCube.
It was like Star Fox Adventures or something like that on GameCube, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what came after that, but yeah, I feel like they could do more with something like that as well, right? It's like the Nintendo franchises that I'm interested in, like they're not doing anything with those ones, right? And that's why like I don't like care for getting a Switch or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel. I mean, you know, JD's a pro Smash player, so
Is he?
he is.
Wow.
He is. This guy like practices, and he's like you know,
I do.
yeah.
Wow. Have you tried out Brawlhalla? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I actually did.
I know it doesn't compare. Like I don't think any fighting game compares to Super Smash because
Yeah.
Not bad, though.
like Smash is so
Not bad.
fluid and it's solid. But yeah, Brawlhalla is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't tried that yet, but I agree. Like Smash, it's like I feel like there's like nothing that can really like come close to that. Like PlayStation tried with what the hell was it called? All Stars Battle Royale.
PlayStation
So
All-Stars.
bad. It was so bad, dude. Like
Well, you know, like I liked like what they tried with it. But it could have been better.
I mean, when it comes to that game, sorry, one sec. AJ says JD is hard to hear. Hang on.
No.
I'll adjust the volume on Discord.
Pretty sure it's because of the lag, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'll increase
I
the
was gonna
volume.
try to
a bit.
rejoin. I don't know if you want me to try
It's,
something out.
it's fine. Okay, I increased your volume. Hopefully that's better.
Alright.
What was I saying? Yeah, so with All Stars Battle Royale, that game, see how I feel is like the thing is like they pretty much tried to rip off Smash, but the thing is like I feel like they should have just ripped it off completely. Like they ripped off like some parts, right? But it's like see, from what the thing about that game is you can only kill somebody with a what do they call them? Supers? Super
Yeah.
special? Yeah, like you can only get the kill with that, right? Like Smash, the whole point of it was knocking them out of the arena. That's what made it like so fun, right? And they should have just straight up went with that. Yeah, exactly. It's just way more competitive and stuff, and it's just yeah, I mean, I feel like they should have just completely ripped it off, you know. Monster says, not sure if my comments were going through. I didn't see any of your comments, Monster. Sorry about that.
Oh no, Monster!
Yeah, maybe you can try it again, because that's the only comment I've seen this entire time. Ark, you played PlayStation All-Stars? Book of the Dead 2018, watch it, it's amazing. Is that a movie? I don't know what that is. But, yeah, PlayStation All-Stars. I'd like for them to make a sequel to that. But you know, done properly. By that I mean like ripped off properly. Like give us a complete like Smash clone. I'll play it if it's because I thought in general like the like you know the mechanics of like the attacks and stuff they were pretty good. I mean not as good as Smash for sure, but you know they were pretty good. Yeah, it's I'd like to see them do a sequel. See, who's the developer of that game? Do you guys know?
No
PlayStation
idea.
All Stars?
Yeah, PlayStation All Stars.
I
Let me check.
think it was yeah. Just look it up.
Yeah, just like because I can't remember if it was a Sony studio.
I don't know that much. No, I think it was
Superbot Entertainment.
Right.
That's what it is.
And I think it was published by the people behind God of War,
Santa Monica.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Published by them, and Superbot Entertainment developed it.
Wow.
Oh man. Oh, it's a game, says Sam. You didn't really enjoy it a lot, Ark, but it was alright. Cardboard? Googling a cardboard box? Wait. Monster, you pre-ordered the cardboard? What are you doing?
Hey man, one
Why?
man's garbage is another man's treasure.
I mean, it's cardboard, man. I mean, okay, like, damn. The cardboard? Why are you excited for this cardboard, Monster?
I think it'd be cool to try out at least, maybe.
I mean, if it's free, sure, but $80? No, man. Not $80. No way. Oh, but, sorry, back to the topic. Yeah, PlayStation All-Stars, I'd like to see them do a sequel. That would be an interesting game to play. Because I was actually pretty excited before that game came out. Because I really enjoyed Smash on Nintendo 64 and GameCube. I never played the ones that came after for Wii and Wii U, but yeah, those ones they were great, right? So I definitely wanted to see something like that for PlayStation. But I mean, there hasn't been any announcements or anything for a sequel, right? So I guess we'll have to see.
Nope.
That would be something interesting.
I'd try it out if they did, though.
Yeah, anything else to say on Nintendo?
Not quite.
Yeah, that's just about it.
I mean, we've trashed them for long enough, I guess.
Yeah.
I like Nintendo, but you know,
Yeah.
nowadays.
Oh, okay.
Not so great.
Monster was joking. He didn't actually pre-order it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is something I wanted to say. Since you mentioned about Nintendo's ideas, like the thing is, like they're a very innovative company, right? But it's like,
They are.
like sometimes I feel like they're not doing it in the right areas. Like, be innovative and create new franchises instead of making a completely different controller with every release. You know, because
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what they do. They just like reinvent a controller every single generation, and they try to reinvent their entire system and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they don't focus enough on like say like the power of the system and the franchises that the system has, right? But it's like you know, it's like JD said, for as long as the fans keep supporting that, nothing's gonna change, right? So I mean, if that's what the fans want, sure. If you guys want cardboard, go for it.
You're gonna get.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna get, right? But you know, we talked a bit about this the last episode that you know, gamers definitely have a voice, right? So you know, tell them what you want. if that's the case, right? Because like leading on from that, Bungie has been under a lot of pressure with Destiny 2. A lot of people are upset with a lot of a lot of the way that the game has been and all, and people are demanding for change, and they're actually finally like listening. Like shoot, when was it? I think it was last week. Must have been last week, or no, must have been 2 weeks ago. They put out this developers update. I don't know, Jade, if you saw that. It's what their plans are for. Oh, you didn't? Yeah, it's their plans for like fixing a lot of the current issues that the game has been having, and you know, they're hoping to, you know, they put out like a full like roadmap of the fixes leading up until I think up until like autumn 2018. I guess that's when you know, their year 2 expansion or whatever comes out. So like up until then, they have like a lot of fixes and stuff planned, and I gotta say it looks good. It looks promising. Like after reading it, I was like, okay, I guess I'll play the game a bit more. Yeah. It made me a little more motivated to play it, because I was taking a break from it after, you know, after a lot of things that were wrong with the game. And I just want to clarify, because the last episode, I did mention that I thought in this past year, the most disappointing game was Destiny 2. And I'm going to say it again. That doesn't mean the game is bad. It just means that it hasn't lived up to its potential. That doesn't mean it's the worst game of 2017. Yeah. Like, because I still think, like, out of all the games that came out in 2017, that's the game I put the most time into. And it's still going to be the game I put the most time into. It's just, you know, like, we hold Destiny and Bungie to a certain, like, standard of quality. And if they're not meeting that, then that's a disappointment, right?
Yeah.
And hey, AJ and Amanda, how's it going? And see, Jay, did you? I think you mentioned before, right? You said like you were just completely done with Destiny. Is that right?
Yeah.
So like a Destiny as a franchise as a whole, you're completely done.
In a way, I don't know. I just can't. I got sick of like how they, the way they put out the expansions, and then you pay for the base game, which is, it's even more for you. It's $60 for me, but and then you got to pay for each expansion, which is even more money.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just getting really tired of that, so I don't know.
It's I mean, why does it change now as opposed to Destiny 1? Because like, were you okay with it in Destiny 1, or did you still?
I wasn't,
not like it,
but I felt like I was so far into Destiny 1 that I just had to keep going, and it was kind of like the only thing I had to play at the time. So, yeah. I
mean, see, the thing is, like, I feel like that too. It is a ton of money, because you're paying like $40 for an expansion and stuff, right? Like, I feel like it's just so much, but at the same time, it gives you more like gameplay hours out of that than if you spent on, say, like another game. You know what I mean? Like, it's cause yeah, the thing is, like, I feel like a lot of the negatives that I don't like about it, I feel like a lot of it could be influenced from Activision, which I hate. I freaking hate Activision, like, as the publisher, right? Because the thing is, like, that's how they've always been, right? Like, because you know, like, what else do they publish? Call of Duty games never get price drops, which is why I've never played one, because, you know, like, what is it, like, Black Ops 3, which came out like 3 years ago, is still like $50, which is just ridiculous, right? Like, a game that came out like 2 years ago now, normally, like some other game that came out 2 years ago now, would probably be like $20, right? Whereas those games, they never get price drops, right? And same with Destiny. Destiny never gets price drops. I feel like Destiny 1, if you went to go buy it now, would still probably be like $40. I mean, I'm just guessing. Like, I don't know for sure what the price would be, but yeah, I mean, they're very stingy with pricing, and stuff like that.
No, yeah, like with that being said though, I know that Black Ops 3 because from what I've known from the limited amount of COD games I've played, most of the COD games that I've played were made by Treyarch, and the COD games shuffle between they cycle between three developers. It's Treyarch, Sledgehammer, and Infinity Ward. And Treyarch is usually the one that always delivers like top-notch Call of Duty games. And Black Ops 3 is, I mean, it's arguably like the best Call of Duty, like the best, latest Call of Duty. Like World War II apparently isn't living up to expectations, and the one before that didn't really do so well either. But yeah, like a lot of people are still buying Black Ops 3 because it's a good game.
Yeah.
And like with that being said, I wouldn't be surprised that's why like Activision and that publisher, like they're not putting the prices low anytime soon because people are willing to pay full price for that game that came out 3 years ago.
It's just like I don't know. I feel like it's like Activision published games are
Yeah.
the ones that kind of have that. But I mean, there are some other games too. Like, you know, GTA 5 is still like full price.
Oh yeah.
But the exception with that is that's still a game that's continuously getting updates and all, right? So I feel like, you know, if it's a game that's, you know, it's not a current game still being played and stuff, right? Then it should get price drops because I don't know. Maybe there are people playing
I think
Black
it has
Ops
something
3
more
or
to do
something.
with like the franchise. It's like everybody knows GTA, so that's probably gonna be the first thing they buy when they get a PS4.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you guys did you guys get that there was like an email from PlayStation about your year in review or something like that. Did you guys get that? Yeah.
I didn't get that email.
Oh, you didn't?
Aw.
You have to I think you have to enable like receiving what's it called, like marketing
I did
emails or something
afterward,
like that. Yeah.
Still didn't get it, so.
Ah.
Yeah, it's see, that thing is like I remember seeing on that thing, right? They said the most played game overall for 2017 and most played like online game overall for 2017 is GTA 5 on PS4. It I think second was NBA 2K17. 17, 18, I don't know, whichever
You
one.
played that?
No, not me. I mean overall.
Oh, okay.
Overall, everyone on PlayStation.
Surprised. I mean, don't get me
Yeah, I was
wrong.
like,
There's nothing wrong with NBA, the 2K game.
I mean, I don't play it. Like
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
just
like I
never
don't
seen you.
I don't play any sports games at all, but that's how it was like overall for everyone on PlayStation, right? The number one game played was GTA 5, then NBA 2K17, I guess, 17, 18, I don't know, whichever one.
Wow.
And third was Black Ops 3,
Wow.
which is, you know, a few years old, so I don't know. I mean, like, see, for me, since you mentioned it, my top 3 games that I played over the year, first was GTA, second was Uncharted 4, and then third was Destiny 2. And yeah, Destiny 2 came out like so late in the year as well, but still it made the top 3. Because that's in terms of the hours you put into the game, right? So, yeah, it's like that's the thing. Like when and okay, let's getting back to the topic was for Destiny 2. Yeah, so it's like yeah, I mean to me, right? Like, cause I had a lot of these disappointments, but when but seeing the changes that they're planning to make, right? Like I feel like it looks very promising, right? Because I know that for sure, Destiny 2 will eventually become like an amazing game and all, right? It's just kind of touched on this the last episode as well. It's just we just don't know if it'll be like too late by the time all these changes come. And like Jay, do you think there's anything that would bring you back to Destiny at all? Like anything they could do?
They didn't do enough with Crucible. I don't know like exactly what they could do, but I feel like if they experimented more with game modes in Crucible, maybe.
Did you play Mayhem. They had it during the Dawning event. It was
No.
no.
But the last. So.
Yeah, it was shoot, when was it? It was like probably like 3 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, it was that a lot of people really enjoyed it because Crucible felt completely different. There wasn't like any team shooting or anything like that because it was Mayhem. People had their supers, so people would just push by themselves and all that stuff, and it had like a completely different feel to it, right? Like, and that's kind of what people want again, because that's how Destiny 1 Crucible was, right? Just people going around by themselves and stuff instead of this whole team shooting stuff, because that's what the most annoying thing about Crucible is, right, in Destiny 2.
Yeah.
So I mean like that kind of thing. So I think like they have the Bungie has the feedback for that, right? And they know like that's kind of the feel that people want for Crucible. So hopefully these kind of changes come and stuff. And like they mentioned, they're gonna add ranked Crucible, and they're bringing back 6v6 and all this kind of stuff. So I mean, it all looks pretty promising. Yeah. Yo, Justin, what's up? That's the feel people want. Ranked. You want ranked in Destiny? You gotta get good at Destiny first, man. I was just kidding.
Damn.
No, that guy's he's my cousin. But yeah. So I mean, like Destiny, I think it'll eventually become quite a bit better over time. And anything else to say on Destiny 2, specifically JD, since Z hasn't played it yet?
Yeah, not really much for Destiny 2 anymore.
Yeah.
To say really.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Okay.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
You might find this surprising, JS.
Yeah.
With my PlayStation in-year review thing, my most played multiplayer game was Uncharted 4 with 75 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see you play Uncharted 4 all that much. Like I figured.
I probably put myself on offline.
Didn't you play a lot of MGS5? I thought that would be your most.
Yeah.
But Uncharted 4 beat it.
And that's actually going back to the first topic. That's another game that I got tired of because there's like an abundant lack of content, which is sad because overall the multiplayer was pretty fun, but it was just, I mean, it's kind of all to no avail. But yeah, that's sad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I still need to play that, man. That was it was a free game on Plus. And
did you reserve it?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
I have it reserved, and I've been wanting to get into it. I just have so many games to play, just not enough time, man. I have a ton of things on PS4, and then on PC, I have like untouched games downloaded, ready to play, and just haven't had the time to play it. Cause most of my gaming, I only do it on the weekends. Just getting so busy during the week and stuff. Let's move on to the other major topic, which is games in 2018, games we're looking forward to in the future. Any sort of thing that can kind of help with any sort of gaming fatigue and all. I guess Z, you can start. Like, what 2018 games are you most looking forward to?
I mean, definitely Last of Us Part 2, if that's going to be 2018. Do you guys think that's going to be 2018?
No. I think it's like 2019, to be honest.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm kind of actually looking forward to Metal Gear Survive. And the thing with that game was, like, a lot of people, I mean, because I'm sure about what happened with between Kojima and Konami.
Mm.
That whole thing that happened. So a lot of people were just kind of turned off, that whole thing anyway, about how, Konami is just basically using like Kojima's like, I guess, livelihood to make more games and stuff. But then I actually gave Metal Gear Survive a try, and it's surprisingly like really in depth. It's really fun. So that's definitely one of my most anticipated games. Days Gone by Ben Studio. That's gonna be a good one. Detroit Become Human. Sorry, is there like a oh, JD left.
Wait, what?
Yeah, JD left.
Oh, get JD back in here.
Yeah, we'll pause the podcast.
Pause the podcast. How do I get this guy back in?
As you add JD back, is there like, did you want like a top 3 or just whatever games you could name?
No, whatever you're looking forward to in 2018.
Okay. Yeah, well, I can't say Death Stranding. Like, that's my most anticipated, like, PlayStation game in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess, like, I'm definitely looking forward to...
Wait, Death Stranding is 2018?
That's 2019, I think.
Oh, 2019.
2020.
No release date yet, right?
No.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that game's going to be a while.
Yeah.
I don't expect it in 2018.
Yeah. And it's supposed to be, like, open world as well.
Did you have other games to say?
Shadow of the Colossus, that's one, of course, that's coming out in February. Like, it's been a while since I played it, and at first, like, I wasn't gonna get it because I've already, like, played it so many times, but it's just one of my favorite games, so it's an opportunity that can't be missed.
Yeah.
And, yeah, just as of lately, like, Metal Gear Survive and, Shadow of the Colossus for me in recent memory.
These guys, Sam and Justin, and they're both saying God of War and Monster Hunter World.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Monster Hunter World comes out soon, doesn't it? Like, fairly soon, I
think so, yeah. This month, I think. Or, sorry, February.
February?
I don't know. Chat, when does Monster Hunter come out?
Yeah, anyone know when Monster Hunter comes out? Sorry, one second. I'm just trying to get JD back in.
Mm-hmm.
January 26th. That's when it comes out. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I mean, that's next week, right? I think that's when Dragon Ball Fighters comes out.
Okay.
Sometime around then. They're coming
I'm
around.
really looking forward to that one.
Oh, yeah. See, I would look forward to it if the freaking beta worked. So I could see what the game was like.
Would you have bought it, like, if you had enjoyed it? Because, like, you don't play fighting games, do you?
I don't. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, but I love Dragon Ball Z, right? So,
Yeah.
I like it could have been a nice way to get into it because I think that game they were really pushing the idea of a game that's easy to pick up but difficult to master. Right, so I mean, I like those types of games, right? Because it's very welcoming to a lot of people, but there's a huge skill ceiling, right, for like really good players to really show off their skills and all, right? And I feel like those are the perfect types of games. Yeah, man, God of War. Since like these guys mentioned, I'm really looking forward to God of War. God of War. There hasn't been an official release date yet, right? But they did say early 2018 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's so different to begin with from the previous God of War games, but like it looks good. Like I hope like the story they're trying to, because they're trying to push more of like a story and stuff, right? They didn't really do that in like the previous God of War games. Like there was a story, but they didn't really focus on it enough, I guess. Yeah, it was all about the combat and stuff, right? Whereas this one, it seems like they're focusing on that relationship between Kratos and the kid. I forgot, what's the kid's name? It starts with like an A.
It's referred to as boy.
Boy. Boy, I'm hungry.
I don't know your name.
Yeah, he has a name. I forgot what it is. It starts with an A. I don't quite remember. Hey, Sanchez, what's up? Yeah, for God of War, it looks good, man. The gameplay, it's a little different than the previous God of Wars, but it still looks good. I'm sure it's still gonna be good. And like they haven't put out an official release date yet. They did say early 2018, so I mean it's gotta be like, when is early 2018? It's up until like March, right? March, April ish.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, something like that. Spectre, welcome, says Naughty Dog storytelling inspired God of War.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Because the camera kind of looks like The Last of Us. The the story's like The Last of Us. It doesn't compare, but like the whole concept of an adult figure and a child figure, I can definitely see that.
I think we got JD back in, and then he got kicked again.
Oh no.
Yeah, Ark said Ark, that date that you have, that's just like a placeholder date. That's not the actual date. Like they'll put December 31st of that year because that's the latest that it can come out, because it's confirmed for 2018, right? So it's just like a placeholder date, but it has to be like early 2018 unless it's getting delayed, which I don't think it's gonna get delayed. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't think there's much more to say. It's gonna be really good. God of War, I expect it to be really good. If there is some Naughty Dog influence in the storytelling, as long as they get it right, then it's fine. Because like, if they're focusing on the storytelling and it doesn't become like really good, or sorry, if it doesn't meet a certain level of expectation, right? And like, and if the gameplay suffers for it, then that's going to be a problem, right?
Yeah.
So Monster Hunter World, I don't know too much about it. Like, I haven't played the betas or anything like that. I've been interested in trying, but like, did you play the beta?
Yeah, I did, and I'll be honest. Like, I can see how. Like, I'm not saying that Monster Hunter is a bad game by any means. It's just one of those games where it's a grindy game, and you really have to get into it and like know the gist of the game to really get like the full experience out of it. And then of course, like, it's always fun with friends. With that being said, I played it, and I just didn't find it enjoyable, to be honest. But you know what? I think what didn't help was the fact that the person I was playing with was on the phone most of the time, which was like,
oh, okay, like your friend. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we're trying to take down this flipping monster and you're on the phone. But anyway.
Yeah. JD's having some issues. Hopefully we can still get him back in. I think he said his phone is having some issues, but what else was I saying? Was Spider-Man PS4, that's coming out in 2018.
Yes.
That I'm quite excited for. The that E3 demo from E3 2017, that was great, man. It looked so good. And like, for me, like, Spider-Man is my favorite like superhero, like, out of Marvel, DC, whoever. Like, I've always liked Spider-Man. Do you know the original Spider-Man movies that came out with Tobey Maguire? Yeah, like, I loved those movies. Those were great. And like, yeah, Spider-Man. Sorry,
go ahead. Finish.
I cut you off like twice. Yeah. I mean, like, Spider-Man's like my favorite superhero, and I just think it's gonna be, it's gonna be really good. I mean, everything we've seen from it so far has been really impressive, and it's like, it's made by Insomniac as well, which they make some quality games, so they can do well. Sanchez, if you want my Discord, it's here. And Tobey Maguire was a worse Spider-Man? I don't think so.
Well, he was a good Peter Parker, but not a good Spider-Man. And it's not necessarily his fault. It's just all about the scripting, right? It's like, they didn't really, because they went for a serious approach for Spider-Man. And with that being said, like, when you compare it to, like, and that's the thing with the Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man, but he was a in my opinion, a terrible Peter Parker, and
Mm.
that was because like with his Spider-Man, they definitely went for that more comical approach, and they made him more witty. They gave him more like comebacks and like one-liners and stuff, which
Mm-hmm.
made Spider-Man who he was, right? Um, but yeah, like I think with the Tobey Maguire movies, like they were going for a more serious approach. Overall, like I think Tobey Maguire and the cast, like they all did a really great job, especially for the kind of tone that they were trying to push for. Now going on to talk about more about Spider-Man, if you don't mind. Have you
Yeah.
played Spider-Man 2? Like the OG like
PS2.
Spider-Man 2 game? Yeah.
Yeah, I played it. It was good.
Man, that's
I
the
enjoyed
hands
that.
down the best Spider-Man game like ever.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because no Spider-Man game will ever live up to that game. Like that was the peak. Not saying that past Spider-Man games have been bad, but none. I don't think none will ever like exceed the quality of Spider-Man 2 and just the game overall. But if this new one exceeds it, I would be very surprised. Although I'm not. I'm expecting it to be really good and great because you can't go wrong with the Spider-Man game. They're usually really fun. Like the last really awesome like free roaming Spider-Man game that I enjoyed was Web of Shadows. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't be surprised if this new Spider-Man game doesn't exceed Spider-Man 2.
I mean, Spider-Man 2 it was developed by Treyarch, I think, right?
Oh my God, there you go.
I think it was, right? Well, let
It's
me
the Treyarch
let
movie.
me the Treyarch movie. Let me verify.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But
So was the first one. You're right.
Spider-Man 2 game. Yeah. Oh wait, no. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Treyarch. Treyarch developed it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean they did a good job with that game. I played that on GameCube. It was really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are saying Homecoming is the best. We got into a debate over who was the best Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man was the worst. I felt like killing myself when I watched it. Oh man, yeah, like
I see Spider-Man Homecoming actually.
I haven't yet either.
Mm.
I I saw what's it called? I saw like most of the Amazing Spider-Man, the first one.
Nice.
I think I didn't finish it, but like it was okay. But
Nice.
I mean, I still think the original three are my favorite. Um,
Hello, hello,
yo,
JD.
this guy's back.
hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yep.
So can you hear us?
Yeah, I got
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, we're on to the games we're looking forward to in 2018. So we were just talking about Spider-Man. You know, me and JD, we watched the E3 together last year
Nice.
for Spider-Man. Like we were like really surprised by it too. Like like I actually have like I actually have the reaction uploaded on YouTube for that too. Yeah, that was it looks good, man. It's gonna be great. And going on from that, I saw Sam mentioned Detroit Become Human. I'm excited for that too.
Yeah.
I loved Heavy Rain, man. Heavy Rain was such
Yeah.
a good underrated game. And
Dude, I finished
Oh
Heavy
my
Rain in a day,
God.
sorry, what Jay? What did you say?
dude. I finished Heavy Rain in one day.
In one day,
Nice.
I finished it in 2 days. Like it was that's just how good it was. I think it's like overall it was like a 7 hour game, 7 8 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I finished it in 2 days. It was so good. Like I feel like it was, you know, in a long time, like we haven't had a game like that where you were just like dying to know what happened next, like, you know, that type of
Yeah.
thing, right? And like, you know, like we have like Telltale games, right? They kind of specialize in those types of games, but none of their games have come close to that kind of feeling. Like the original Walking Dead was pretty good, right? Giving you you know, some of those feelings and stuff, but I feel like
The feels.
yeah, they never really came close to that kind of how do you say it, like the suspense, I suppose, regarding the
Yeah.
plot for Heavy Rain. So Detroit Become Human, it looks really really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to it.
Did you guys? Sorry, if I may ask, did you guys by any chance play Beyond Two Souls?
Yeah, I thought it was
I watched my
average.
playthrough.
Yeah, because you know what, that game would have been a lot better if the story was told better. Like if the story was told in a proper sequence instead of like memories or whatever they did it in.
Mm-hmm.
It got confusing at some points where I didn't know what was going on.
Because like you got confused at what like part of the timeline you're in.
Yes.
And that, yeah. Right. Because you know, I feel like all the parts of when she was an adult, she kind of looked the same throughout all of them, so it wasn't as easy to tell what point you were in, right? Yeah. It's like you know, you're like you're playing a chapter, right? And it's like, oh yeah, you're gonna go on a date with this guy. And I'm like, what the hell? Didn't I just break up with him? Like what? Like what is this? Yeah, because it's like it's not in chronological order, right? So. Yeah. I mean, I get kind of what they were going with that, right? But I feel like they did it way too much. It's way too mashed up, right? So, you know, Detroit Become Human is bringing it back to what like Heavy Rain was more like.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's I think it's gonna be good.
I'll be honest with you guys. Like I mean, when I first saw it, like first glance, like I didn't really think much of it. But as the game like is slowly like nearing its release, like I'm kind of getting like more hyped for it slowly and slowly.
Yeah, same here. I was the same way.
Yeah.
I feel like the one that really got me hyped for it was I think it was like E3 2016. They showed a demo for it. It's the one where you're playing as the android that's he works with like the police, I think. He's like they bring him up as a negotiator, and there's like a guy that's
oh yes,
he's gonna drop his daughter off of the building. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. The demo for that, and it showed like all the possibilities, and then they've done this for all the demos too. It kind of zooms out and it shows you like a flow chart or a tree of like all of the different possibilities, and it shows, and like it just looks huge, right? Yeah. Like the number of possibilities, which is really really cool. I mean, and you know, like with David Cage's games, like you can see like they have consequences that like really really matter as well, right? Like in Heavy Rain, any character you play as can die, right? Permanently, right? And you know, it's one of those types of things, and like they do a good job with storytelling so that you actually like care about the characters and everything, right? So looking forward to more of that.
Sometimes in Telltale, like there wasn't so many consequences. Like sometimes you made decisions and nothing really happened, or you had the same outcome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's how it is. Like like a lot of people like to make fun of Telltale games, right? It's like, oh, you make a decision, the only consequence is like this guy will remember this or something like that. You know, like that's all it is. Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing with Telltale, if you don't mind me saying. Like, I like their games; they're fun, but like, and there's nothing wrong with like when you have choices, they don't like. I mean, really alternate the story or whatever. Just don't advertise your games to make it like, oh, you're changing the world playing our game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because that's their, like, that's one of their slogans, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like they really advertise that you know this has consequences and stuff. It's like not really. Like some, right? It's
Telltale's gonna do this year.
Telltale. New seasons for a bunch of stuff, right? Didn't they confirm that? I think
new stories, new things to make games upon.
Wow. You know what I think is Telltale, they're gonna come up with a new story for something you never would have thought of. Don't they have like a Minecraft story?
Yeah.
Something like, what the hell? What story is there to tell in Minecraft? Like, I don't even know. Like they'll take the most random game or random franchise and they'll come up with the thing. Like
Guardians of the Galaxy, I think.
Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah, they have one for that. Like I don't know what that's like.
Sorry.
I mean, who knows, man? Maybe we'll see Telltale SpongeBob or something like that. Like, who knows? Who knows?
They're gonna have another season of Wolf Among Us.
Yes, I was gonna say like that's the only game.
I didn't like that game.
Wow.
I didn't like season 1. I thought like he said he liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, awesome. And what were you say, Jay? Sorry.
I mean, I liked like a couple of episodes of it, right? But then overall, I thought it was
Okay.
Wasn't that great. I think out of all the Telltale games I've played, that's probably the one I'd rank the lowest.
Wow.
The Walking Dead season 1, easily the best, and then after that, probably like Game of Thrones, Walking Dead season 2, Tales from the Borderlands, which is hilarious. It was like something completely, entirely different, and I enjoyed it for a completely different reason, and they did a great job with that. And I mean, I'll play the Batman game soon because it was like free on Plus, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully sometime soon I'll try that out.
I didn't actually really like the way Walking Dead season 2 ended.
You
Yeah.
didn't like it?
Did not.
Not really.
Yeah,
Oh.
season 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Season one I love, but season 2 no.
season 1 was great. Season 2, yeah, it was just a little weird. I think like it just like it's like it's like I think with like the episode 4, right, by the end of it you thought it was like, oh okay, it's all gonna be good and stuff. Like something I noticed in season 2 was like they killed off a whole bunch of characters just randomly. Like
Yeah.
like okay, see, I still remember, right, there was this character named Luke, right? Okay,
Yeah.
spoiler alert if you haven't played this, but they kill off Luke like so randomly, and I thought
Like
this
the-
he seemed like this
Oh, it
main
wasn't
guy.
random?
Yeah, sorry, what did you
Well,
guys
It
say?
looked like the one that was like the high school student or something. Or am I thinking of somebody else?
He
No,
was
That's Ben.
no,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
you're
yeah,
you're talking about season 1. Season 2,
Yeah, season 2 was with Luke when him and
Luke was kind of the leader of the group.
Jane-
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Luke now. I remember.
Yeah. And like, you thought like he's like, he's like the next Lee, right? Like with his leadership and stuff. And this man just like freaking falls in the ice and he's gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? Like they just randomly kill off a bunch of characters. And then it's like everything just went left so quick on the last episode. And then you're just like, what the hell just happened?
Like full shock factor they were going for there.
Yeah, I think they overdid it though. It was just like what? And see, I never played. I didn't play the whatever the latest one was, the New Frontier, I think it's called.
Yeah, I actually gave it a go recently. I have to say, like, it was good. Definitely. I mean, it didn't meet like expectations, I guess, but it was good.
Yeah, I still want to play it.
No, it was good fun. Easy platinum.
Spectre says you can play Beyond in sequence in the PS4 version. I didn't know that. That's cool. I
Are
only
you kidding me?
I only played the PS3 version. This guy's gonna go buy the remaster now because he just to play it in order.
Yeah, I didn't play it. I watched the playthrough, so
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it play.
I mean, like that game, you can watch a playthrough because, like, like there aren't as many
It's like a movie,
consequences.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
because like Heavy Rain, like even if you watch a playthrough, you'll still want to play it on your own because there's so many different branching pathways and consequences and all that stuff, right? So, yeah. Whereas some other games, if they don't have any sort of sequence, it's like, well, who cares? Yeah, you might as well watch a playthrough for some of them. But so see, we covered Spider-Man, God of War, Detroit Become Human. Any other games you guys are looking forward to in 2018? We talked a bit about Monster Hunter, I think, right? Yeah.
I'm probably gonna pick up Far Cry 5.
Oh, nice.
Far Cry 5. When's that coming out?
March, the end of March.
End of March. Okay. Did you play any previous Far Cry games?
I played 4. That was the only one I played though. But then
Yeah.
again, it has a co-op adventure, so I was gonna get that, and Eco's getting it too.
5 is gonna have co-op adventure.
Yeah,
Okay,
like you could play the entire story with a co-op partner.
Oh, that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
Cause see, I haven't played any Far Cry games at all. Like, I know I wanted to try like Far Cry 3 and 4, but then I just never got around to them. Far Cry 5, right? Where does this take place again? It's like it's somewhere in the U.S., right?
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember the exact location, but I read about it a while ago, and I don't remember.
It's like present day though, right? Like the time period, yeah. Because I noticed there was like a lot of like American flags and stuff like that, and like because I only saw like one trailer for it. I think it was the reveal trailer, right? And there was a lot of like like Western influence and stuff like that. And I was like thinking, I wonder if this is Red Dead Redemption influence, because that's something I haven't mentioned yet. That is my most anticipated game, Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, right about that.
There is nothing else that comes close to the level of anticipation I have for that game. As soon as it gets a release date, I'm gonna pre-order it, and that's gonna be like a game where like like everything else, I'm just dropping everything else and playing that.
So are you gonna hop on straight to multiplayer?
Nah, they're not even gonna make it available like in the beginning. I'm pretty sure they'll probably do what they did with GTA 5. Because GTA 5, the multiplayer released 2 weeks after the game came out, right? So it's probably gonna be the same thing, I assume, because they want to get all the servers ready and stuff like that, give people a chance to play the single player,
Right.
that type of thing. But I mean, there's so much to say about that. I feel like I could do an entire podcast episode on Red Dead alone. I feel like that's what we'll do at some point. We'll do like a full episode on. I mean, maybe like any sort of major game, I guess, like whatever comes up. So Red Dead, I have way too much to say. We'll save in a full episode for that. Otherwise, we're gonna be here like till morning, man. But yeah. Any other games? Other than JD mentioned Far Cry.
Kingdom Hearts 3, but I'm not totally sure if that's 2018 still.
Man, that's like 2026.
Yeah, for real. But I'm still waiting for that game, dude.
Yeah.
So badly.
Wow, I didn't know my brother's really into Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite game series.
Nice. Which, do you have a favorite? I played through 2. I thought that was really fun.
I think 2 is better than 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I prefer 2.
So I remember like I didn't play 1, but I watched my brother play 1, and it looked stiff. Like Kingdom Hearts 2 felt really good to play.
I didn't really play all the like 0.5s because they have so many. And it's like a totally different story than the base story. So.
Did you did you play the final mix edition or whatever it's called?
No, I didn't. I was watching a playthrough for that.
Oh, nice. My brother, he I don't know how he got it back on PS2, but we had it somehow, and then I would like watch him like do the Sephiroth battle. Do you know about that extra boss battle? And then when I started the game, and then I got to it, like it took me about like 3 tries to like beat it, especially on Master. Because he, like, I would just watch my brother, like, I got, like, the rhythm down, like, just the whole pattern and everything.
Yeah, it's like all memorizing the pattern and whatnot.
Yeah, man. You gotta say spoiler alert if you're gonna spoil a boss.
Oh.
Some people might not have played it,
Well, sorry guys.
Yeah, you just ruined the Kingdom Hearts franchise for someone.
You gotta put it on screen when you make the YouTube video.
Oh, man, yeah.
Well, to be fair, like, the game's been out for a while.
I mean, this guy spoiled like 6 different things, man. I have to look through and put a warning on everything. I'm just kidding. But man, for Kingdom Hearts, right? See, like I heard so much hype about it. I never played it, right? And then like when I finally looked into it, right? I saw like freaking like Goofy and Donald Duck, and I was like, what the hell is this? Like, this is what you guys are hyped about? Yeah. I was
Everybody gets put off by the Disney characters, but it's really good, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it is because a lot of people love it, but it's just like my initial reaction. I was like, "What the hell? This is what you guys are hyping over?"
It's a weird mix, but it works.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it does, but yeah, because like that's the thing. I never played any of them, and then like looking at like the more recent games and stuff, they have like the Kingdom Hearts 2.674 HD 1.5 remastered. I'm like, what the hell is this? How do you keep up with all this? Like, yeah. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, it's a lot of people are anticipating Kingdom Hearts 3, and no idea when that's coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll come out eventually, and I'm sure it'll be amazing if you've been waiting this long for it. Hopefully, right? And Spectre said, speaking of gaming fatigue, you're getting tired of Ubisoft formulaic open world. Oh yeah. Because a lot of people have said that there's been way too many open world games recently and
Yes.
very little linear story games, right? It's just see, to me, right? To me, if an open world game is good and the open world is well designed and all the activities that you do there and everything is really well designed, I wouldn't feel tired of it. But if it's done poorly, then like I would feel that way probably. Cause there's been a lot of games where they have like a nice open world and everything, but you don't have anything to do in it. It's just, it happens to take place in an open world, but there's no like side activities. The game world doesn't feel very alive and all that kind of stuff. I feel like that's when you have that kind of issue, right? Because it's like, okay, like Rockstar is the king of open world games, right? Like they always like make their open worlds like very dense, a lot of detail. They make it feel like very alive and stuff. That's how they do it right every time. That's also why it takes like 5 to 6 years for a modern day Rockstar open world game to come out, right? Like they put like that much time into it, right? Whereas like a lot of developers are kind of just rushing through, just making an open world game just for the sake of making one. And because I mean, one thing I do like about open world games is they have way more playtime than a linear game, right?
Yeah.
Like, but I feel like we need a good mix of both. We need the linear games, and we also need the open world games.
I like when open world games have like interactive places you could go into where the doors open and whatnot.
Yeah, like it gives you that sense of exploration, right?
Yeah.
Like that's always really nice to have, but it's like, yeah, it's just way too many games there. Like the open world just feels like empty. Like I feel like a recent example I can think of, well, not so recent now, but Infamous Second Son. I feel like it had a really nice open world, but there was nothing to do in it, right?
Really?
Yeah, it was like, yeah. I mean, like you had like those like little crimes and stuff you can stop, right? But that was about it. And after you finish the game, what do you do in the open world? There's nothing to do, right?
Yeah. I mean, unless you want to go for the trophies. But yeah.
Well, yeah, but that didn't take too long, is what I mean.
How do you think the open world was in like Batman games, if you've ever played any?
Dude, I played Arkham City, like not all the way. Like I played it like the first, I don't know, like quarter of it. I didn't really like the open world, to be honest. That's the reason I kind of stopped playing it as well. I don't know what it is about it. It's just I just didn't like the open world in it. But Arkham City's the only one I've played. Yo, Grim is here. What's up, man? Yeah. What do you think of it?
I've only played. I didn't finish it, but I played Arkham Asylum.
Asylum, okay.
Yeah, that was pretty good, but more could have been done in a way. I guess you feel the same way about the one you played, but
yeah, it's just like
to do, but could have been done more.
I mean, I like because I didn't finish the game. Like I know, like I'm sure there were a lot more things to do. It's just the open world, it just didn't feel like very like alive, Like I feel like that's important for me also, because immersion in games is very important for me, right?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah. I mean, Z, did you play any Batman games? Arkham?
I played Arkham Asylum, but I didn't have any that stuff. I did play a bit of Arkham City in the beginning, but not to really say how much I enjoyed it.
Like, what do you think specifically of their open worlds?
From like what I played, I thought it was pretty neat. I just, unfortunately, that's all I can say about that. Like I haven't like really gone in depth with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it felt awesome being Batman, just kind of going around the city and just beating people up.
Yeah, that's true.
Game had a good combat system.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the thing is, I think Ubisoft's open worlds are still pretty good because I'm a pretty big fan of Assassin's Creed, and I've enjoyed the like every Assassin's Creed game I've played pretty much, right? And the thing is, they give you a lot of things to do, but it's like I mean, they have sort of that problem too, where the game world doesn't feel alive enough, right? And this is something that I hate, that they had this before in Assassin's Creed 2 and I think Brotherhood as well. They had like background music and like scores like for just when you're like free roaming around, and they got rid of that in like should I want to say like maybe probably with like Unity, I think. Like they just got rid of that, right? And like that's something that added a lot to the immersion and stuff, right? And yeah, I don't know. Hopefully they bring it back, because I haven't played Origins yet. I'm not sure if they have the background scores there. But I mean, like, it's like these little things, right, that just really add to the immersion of any sort of game that you're playing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Grim says the problem with Ubisoft's open worlds are when they repeat the same tasks everywhere. Yeah, they tend to do that. Like, I mean, they give you a lot of things to do, but a lot of that stuff tends to be very repetitive as well. So there needs to be like more like unique missions and stuff like that too. I agree with that. Spectre says Arkham City's open world is dull and boring. That's exactly what I thought. Pretty much.
Yeah, never played that one.
AC3 got rid of the background score. I think see, I didn't play AC3, but AC4 had the background score though. Like there was like different music when you were in like Havana, Kingston, and all that stuff. So I'm not sure about that.
I never played it, but Black Flag, I liked when you were riding the ship and the crew was like singing.
Yeah, the sea shanties.
Yeah.
Dude, those were actually like really catchy. Like
Yeah.
like I knew some of the lyrics to them before and stuff. Like I played that game twice. Like I got it on PS3 and then I got it again on PS4 because it was on sale and I wanted to play the multiplayer again. And then I got it for a third time on PC because Ubisoft gave it away for free. So like I haven't played the single player again. I probably will at some point just because I want to see it with much better graphics and everything. PC Master Race and all that stuff. Yeah.
You went there.
I went there. I had to go there, man. I go there now. That's what I do. But yeah, I mean, it's when it comes down to it, I feel like the little things matter quite a lot when it comes to different open worlds.
For sure.
Yeah. Grim also says each city felt different, even when doing the same things. They do a lot of things differently. Yeah, you just need like more variety in the things that you do in open world games. I think that's the thing to take away from that. But yeah, we kind of went off on a tangent there. This was still about games we're looking forward to in 2018. I think we covered quite a few things. Any other games you guys want to add? 2018.
I don't know if I have no idea if it's gonna happen, but maybe Borderlands.
Borderlands 3, right?
Yeah,
I don't think
I
that's
really
gonna
want
make
another
me
Borderlands. Yeah, probably not. You're right, but hopefully, I don't know.
Borderlands 2 came out in 2012, I think, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, right? So,
They had the pre-sequel. That was the last one they made, right?
Yes.
yeah, that was 2014, I want to say. 14 or 15, something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then I mean, they brought out what was it called, like the Handsome Collection or something like that on PS4. Yeah, they brought that. Oh yeah, I forgot this guy Z. He bought like Borderlands 2 like 4 times.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Name each console. Go.
Dude, PS3, then Vita, then PS4. So,
Well,
did you get it on
thing.
PC as well?
No.
Okay, so 3
Here's
times.
the thing. I only had Borderlands 2 and PS3 because of Plus. I only had Borderlands on Vita because it came bundle. And Borderlands: The Handsome Collection was the only one I bought because I never got to play them properly. And now, I was looking for a co-op game to play anyway on PS4, and at the time there wasn't enough to play. So I did my time, as they would say.
See, here's the thing. You had it for free on PS3. You could have played it there, been done with it.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, here's the
Uh-huh.
thing. This is when I had the PS4, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like, same case with you or anybody. Like, who would want to go
Yeah,
back
yeah,
to
yeah.
playing PS3? And that's
Mhm.
why, like, like, it didn't make any sense for me
Yeah.
to go back and plug in an old console where I can like just have
Yeah.
access to the old one. And to be fair, I didn't even buy it as a birthday gift.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you. Shadow of the Colossus, Grim. We mentioned that. Same with Death Stranding as well. Death Stranding. I don't think it's 2018 at all.
No.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. I think it's quite a ways away. Probably like 2019.
Knowing Kojima though, he'd probably be like, "Oh yeah, it's next month."
Because
highly unlikely.
I mean the development for that was it began very recently, didn't it? Like after he left the Konami,
Yeah.
right? That's when he formed this new studio, and that's when they started development on Death Stranding, right? So it's a long ways away, I think.
Yeah.
Very, very long ways away. Spectre says, hope Borderlands 3 is announced at E3. Hopefully. I mean, it's been a while. There hasn't been any new information on it, right? But, we can hope. One can hope. And, I mean, E3 is, like, what, 6 months away now? Yeah, it's in June, right? So 6 months away.
Yeah.
So, we'll see then. But,
For a second, I thought you said, "Do you know the way?"
what?
Oh my god.
You know that new trending the.
Man, I don't know about these millennial trends. Forget all that.
I mean, you're talk about 'em.
Yes, had to say millennial.
I had to say it. I had to say millennial. I went there. Grim also says Soul Calibur 6. I don't play fighting games, so you guys know anything about Soul
That's
Calibur?
actually the only fighting game I play.
Whichever one was on the GameCube, that's the one I have.
It's 4, I think,
Soul
right?
Calibur.
4 or 5?
The cover had Link on it. I know that.
I thought that was. I don't even know.
I think it's 4, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Um,
that was fun though.
You know the GameCube version it only had Link, right?
yeah,
The one
yeah.
on,
I think yeah.
Yeah, the one on PlayStation didn't.
I mean, like that, didn't Mortal Kombat on PlayStation have Kratos?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did something like that.
that's a cool thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Grimace, did we talk about any of the new games on Switch? We talked about the cardboard on Switch in detail. We talked about the new cardboard game. But, I mean, like, I have no interest in a Switch. So, I got nothing to say on that, in all honesty. I mean, they did. I think they did kind of tease a new Metroid Prime, which, has my interest a little bit. But, I mean, we'll see.
Port Super Smash Brothers 4 to the Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, there isn't one on there, is there?
Yeah, well, I mean they have the one for Wii U, but I don't know if they're gonna put it on the Switch.
I mean, are they going to do that, or are they going to develop a new Smash for the Switch?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I feel like they wait a while because of the competitive scene.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Kind
true.
of just let that thrive for a bit, and then. I don't
Yeah.
know. 'Cause Melee still has a huge competitive scene after all these years.
Melee came out in like 2002, right? Something like that.
2001.
Yeah.
2001. Yeah.
Isn't it considered the best Smash, or would you say Brawl is?
I think Brawl's considered the worst, actually,
Wow.
among many.
Yeah. As far as like competitive scene go, I think Melee is the best.
Yeah, because I see like you have all the competitive leagues like on Twitch and stuff. You watch these Super Smash channels, like everyone, like majority of them are playing Melee or
Yeah.
Melee. Did I say that right?
Yeah. I don't know how to say it. I say Melee.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that's the word everybody pronounces differently.
Yeah. I have no idea. Yeah, Grim says they're not going to do a remaster for Smash 4. I don't know. Maybe we shall see, and time will tell. We'll see how far the successes of Switch carry on into the year. Please, cardboard fail. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want that to see good because I don't want Sony to.
Nintendo's used to the failing, I think.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, they take a lot of risks. That's for sure. Like they take way too like a lot of risks. But I mean, that's a good thing too, right? Because Sony's pretty good with taking risks as well. I feel like Microsoft, they always play it safe. Like, yeah, they don't like taking risks. Like, they want to see a franchise like really thrive and stuff, and then they try to buy that franchise because they know it's guaranteed to be successful. Like, that's how it's been with like Halo, Gears, and then even like, don't they own Minecraft now as well? Same thing, right?
Do they? Oh, I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they own Minecraft. But yeah, we shall see. Time will tell. And that is our last topic. I think we're a little over 1.5 hours in, so good time to end it. But yeah, that is the second episode of a podcast remastered, guys. This was about gaming fatigue and games in 2018. Also a little bit about cardboard and a bit about Destiny 2 as well. And as well as some other tangents, which is always good to have. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I will have these links in the description and stuff. Same with JD. JD, you can tell people what's where they can contact you, what your channel's about, that kind of stuff. A little bit about that if you want.
On Twitter, it would be Jayaotic with a 0. And on Twitch as well, just Jayaotic just with an O, not a 0. Find me on those.
Okay. Any specific games you're streaming or uploading YouTube videos about? Anything like that? People can.
At the moment, nothing specific for streaming, but maybe in a month or so, I'll start streaming more frequently.
There we go. That's how you get this guy back into streaming. JD's like one of the most entertaining streamers. Like, even if this guy wasn't my friend, I'd watch his streams. So be sure to check out his Twitch. But yeah, that's gonna be it. We're gonna wrap up episode 2 of a podcast remastered. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.